Hi, Lohan.
Yes, Busi, how are you?
I'm
I'm
fine,
good now.
thanks. And you?
I'm good.
Lovely. Welcome to the
Oh,
Stokvel Academy.
thank you again. It's a pleasure
Yeah,
to be talking to you.
yeah. Things are going a bit slow, but I hope eventually we will be able to pick up.
Oh, definitely. And also, I can see the economy is a bit, especially in South Africa, is a bit complicated these days.
You, yeah. It really is. I read a disturbing article in one of the Sunday newspapers by one
Okay.
of my favorite business analysts saying that
Mm-hmm.
South Africa, it doesn't seem to be the once upon a time favorite from investors' perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
Kenya and Nigeria, and I think Uganda.
Egypt,
Yeah,
now
Egypt.
from
Egypt. Yeah,
yeah, from
yeah,
what I've
Egypt.
seen
Yeah,
is now
yeah,
Nigeria and Egypt. That's where most of investors are going to invest money.
yeah, yeah. And Kenya, in terms of tech, I think they're moving fast in terms of technology.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Actually, talking about that in terms of Kenya technology, uh,
Mm-hmm.
in the context of our discussion here, because we will be talking Likelemba, am I correct?
Likelemba,
Likelembas.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
Likelemba.
Introducing Likelemba Plus, the fintech app that allows you to create and manage a Stokvel, save as a group using a digital wallet, and start a crowdfunding campaign for your business or project. Register and get started today by downloading our app available on Android or App Store.
Uh, I was once approached by one company called Wakandi. I think I did tell you about it.
Yeah.
They were trying to launch an app that will assist Likelembers, Stokvels
Mhm,
in administering their affairs in a more advanced way as opposed to the traditional old-fashioned book. And
mhm,
I received their monthly newsletter, and I was reading with a very painful heart yesterday. They were indicating that in Tanzania, they're doing extremely well. The app has taken off. The
mhm,
Stokvels, the Chamas, or the Sakos, as they call them in Tanzania and Kenya, they've
mhm,
really embraced this app to actually
mhm,
run their Stokvel or Likelembas affairs much better.
mhm.
Yeah, so I hope you and I, hopefully, we will be able to get to a stage where we're saying our beloved Stokvels and Likelembas are very much digital savvy.
Yeah, definitely. We're also going to that direction with the app that we've built. Actually, we're already at 85 to 85, 90% almost done with the app. We just have a small, how can I say, legal document that we need to sign with the central bank in Congo for us to be able to manage the fund of people. So that's the only part remaining before launching the app in the Congo.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
But do you think the Likelambas are going to embrace it, especially in the villages?
Yeah, already in the big city, which is one of our main targets, which is Kinshasa, the capital of DRC Congo, whereby we have almost 17 million people. Already, people are using the Likelemba on their own way, traditional way.
Mm.
People are doing it in their own house. They're doing it within the church members. They have those small communities as we have in our African cultures, small communities. But now, since most people won't, it's not easy for them to trust the neighbor who is not familiar to them, or is not part of the family member, and the person on to whom you don't have any way of putting pressure on him in case he does not pay that monthly commitment or something like that. So people prefer to keep it within a small group. And I've been running around asking people, youth, mothers, elderly, and young people about it. And I found out that actually, out of 10 families, 8 are involved in some kind of Likelemba.
Wow.
So, yeah, because we understand that it's not easy to have access to funds, to money in Congo. And Congo is one of the countries whereby either you are rich or you're poor. The middle class is almost non-existent
Is
in
that
the
so?
DRC. Yeah. So now the people that are, we can say, are in between or have access to little money, they try to multiply it with the Likelemba for them to run in any business, or for them to have ability to buy a new phone. They can wait on the turn of gaining from the Likelemba, and they buy a new phone, and then the next season they're doing it again for another purpose. So that's how a lot of people are living, and some others are also paying. Some parents are paying school fees for the kids via the Likelemba. So it's something that is there. And now, after talking to so many families and people, and there's the need to level up, or to be big, to be able for money to transact within a huge number of people, not only 5, 10 people according to the mutual understanding, but they want to be able to have Likelemba, which is 100 people, 200 people. So it increase the the gain on money, and they've been open to be part of the digital part of the Likelemba, and they were just worried about the security because uh, this part of the Africa, we've been infiltrated by people that came with this pyramid scheme type of business that you eat. The more people you bring in, the more people the more money you get, and then for a period, most of them have just disappeared. You find people that start a business today, people join, a lot of people, they join, and then later on, they disappeared. So there's already a company that has bring a lot of people here. They came, they started that model of business, people invested money in, and then they made million of money within billion of dollar within uh, 5 to 6 months. Then after that, they were gone. They disappeared. They closed everything. They were gone. Actually, they were from Uganda and nowhere to be seen. And they left people, other people in trouble and stuff like that. For now, the
What,
only part that
sorry, just to come in there, what do you think needs to be done, Loahan, in order to allay people's fears and concerns about what you've just explained to me now? Because as you and I, we're trying to form this collaboration, South African Stokvels and Likelembas in DRC. But people are fearful, even it has happened here in South Africa as well. So how do we safeguard, or how do we make sure that people engage with us, with confidence and trust and hope and believe that their money is not going to disappear?
okay, for that we are now trying to come up with either a bank that can also be a support to this model of business, or the mobile money, a telecommunication company with a mobile money system. Because since people can trust Vodacom or the other telecommunication company that we have here in Congo, and those people are big, and there are no way, there's no way they can go just like that. They cannot close the business. So if we have a kind of uh, partnership with them, either bank or the telecommunication company, people will easily trust the business and can invest at ease, because they know that in case there's a problem, if this company Likelemba is not there, we can still go to bank A or bank B because they are the partners, and then they can get something from there. So that's the way we want to 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 present the business and tell people you can trust us. We are not just small
Light by
people or
night,
people that want to take. So
yeah.
basically, that's how we think.
I hope it's going to work with you guys sooner, because in South Africa, unfortunately, the banks, in my view, are lagging behind in terms of actually, aggressively embracing Stokvels as partners. Stokvels are more consumers. They consume bank products. But I'm saying here with utmost confidence and shame as well that the South African banking system does not seem to be really, actively or deliberately reaching out to the Stokvel community to help them to run their lives better, to educate them, which is something which is very close to my heart. It's not just about opening a bank account or being able to transact on an app. For me, what is more important is about education. It's educating Stokvel members just to be active people in the economy. You've just mentioned now that in DRC, it's either you are rich or you are poor. We need to bridge that gap. And I think in South Africa, to a certain extent, that's how it is as well. So Likelembas or Stokvels are such a powerful African movement that needs to be supported by the private sector, especially the banking system, so that they can also play a meaningful role in the economy. Not just them benefiting, because it's one way now. Money goes into the banking system, but we are not seeing Stokvels or Likelembas. I know it's still new in your stage, but in your situation. But in South Africa, Stokvels have been around for years. And they are just not playing that active role in our economy, other than being just consumers. What's your take on that in terms of DRC? Do you think that is going to take off? We're going to get enough support from the government as well, because banks are highly regulated, understandably so, by the government.
Okay, already talking about the government, we received some good support, because the new president, the actual president, wants to create a middle class. And now we don't have any Congolese bank beside the central bank. We don't have any Congolese bank. All the banks here are foreigners. Indian, one is from Kenya, Nigerian banks. We have no Congolese banks. So already, those banks, they don't also give a certain privilege to Congolese in terms of the loan and the rate to which you need to pay back your loan. There's no really advantage to that. So now, the country is moving in a good direction in terms of the middle class that is trying to come out, and there's a lot of money as well circulating. And as with Likelemba, besides helping people to get besides helping that digital way of having the Stokvel, we want also to go in a direction of financial literacy, educating people on investment, on saving, and how to budget, and also be able to be in the long term, to be a small bank, to be a Congolese owned bank. That's where we want to go. But as for now, we're having some support from the government, from the Minister of Finance, from the Minister of Economy, and the people in charge of banking. We have some kind of small support, but now the bank are coming also on board. But now the kind of partnership that they're trying to offer, you see, they want to be more seen. They want to be in front of everything. They want to control everything, and like trying to buy us into the business, which we are not ready to let it go. We want the kind of partnership whereby we can move with our vision. They can also move with their vision, but they're giving us a support whereby we can keep money, or we can also use the platform to save them people money, people funds, and be able to transact money within the country. That's where we are kind of going with the bank, but the support is there, and we are grateful for that.
Loahan, just going back a bit, I know you and I met in South Africa. We had coffee, and it was just a great honor to meet you face to face. And I know you are a South African academic product. I can proudly say that with your civil engineer. Now, where does this come in with you and we and the bank? Can you just briefly, just for the benefit of our South African viewers who would probably be watching this video on YouTube, as to who is this man from DRC? Where does he come into the banking? Who are we? Have you formed a structure, an entity out there in DRC that is actually working actively in making sure that at least there is a Congolese bank owned by the Likelembas or the Stokvels, as you call them in South Africa? What's that entity? Who are you in terms of making this happen? Because at least it's one step at a time now towards creating the middle class, the DRC or the Congolese middle class.
Okay, so for now, we have a team, Likelemba. We are a team which was built already in South Africa. Actually, the idea started in South Africa, whereby we wanted to help our Congolese community. And in the team, we are 5, and all of them are in South Africa because there's also other responsibilities and families. And so I'm the only one now running the how can I say, building the business inside Congo.
Okay. The business being, if we can just be briefly specific, what business? I know you are involved in other things. In the context of Likelemba, Stokvels, what business exactly are you building so that there should be an outcome that we all anticipate, being at least the first bank owned by the Congolese people, or Likelembas in particular?
The first step is first to create, we call it group saving on a digital platform. That's the first step of what we are trying to build now. But for that, we need to finalize the legal paper with the central bank. Yeah. After that, what we'll be doing, or the business that we want to do with Likelemba first, is to help people to save or to share money between the group of Likelemba. So we will be creating small groups. Let's say, for example, we come to let's say we are in Santon, for example, we take that after example. In Santon, we create a group called Santon, whereby people gather and start now putting money in the saving box, in the digital saving box that we're creating in the platform, in the digital platform. And then with that system, we know that in Santon, we have A, B, C, D families that all stay in Santon. They are saving for the one that want to save for a pleasure or for trip, for holidays, and whatever they want to be saving for, they are doing it. The one that wants to save for a business purpose or to launch a business, a company or a manufacturer of something, whatever. So we create those different groups that will be managed by the app. Actually, that's how we want to launch the business at the moment. because already by now with Likelemba, what we're trying to do, we help people in South Africa to get funds, not to get funds, to get money. Let's say the family send money to the student, to the kids that are studying in South Africa, or to the family member. So they give to our office in Congo in dollar. They pay the transfer fee, which is 5% of the money that they send in South Africa. And in South Africa, we give them in rand, the equivalent of money that they've sent in dollar. We give them in rand, either we put in an account or they come collect cash. So basically, that's what Likelemba is doing at the moment.
Okay, maybe if I can just come in quickly here. The key word here, it looks like you're working within families. There's X number of families in Sentin, for example, who are part of this project. So your approach is to make sure that you've got a buy-in from X number of families. In your instance, these would be families in South Africa, based, for example, in Sentin, who would like to send money back home, or either way, families in DRC who want to send money to South Africa so that the children can be able to pay their school fees. So already your Likelemba in South Africa is actually making sure that happens. The parents are able to transfer money to assist their children in the context of school fees, you know.
Exactly.
Okay. So you said you are five of you are members of this Likelemba, or you've got other families outside the 5 of you?
No, I'm saying 5 is as the founder or the managing of the Likelemba. But now in terms of families, we have a lot of families.
Okay.
We have a lot of families.
You are the developers. Okay. You are the developers of the app. The 5 of you, it's your business. Okay.
It's our business, yeah. But clients at the moment for that particular branch of Likelemba business, we have a lot of clients. We have a lot. Like per week, we can deal with maybe 50 clients per week. Every week, we have 50 clients every week that are sending good amount of money, and the numbers keep on increasing. Since we also giving a good service in that particular matter.
Okay. Just from a point of a relationship, Loahan, because I think you and I, we're trying to form a South African DRC collaboration, if I may put it that way. And for me personally, I get inspired. I told you the other day that Kenya is my inspirational country in terms of their Stokvels or Chamaas. So my question is, if I were to say, can we have some kind of a get-together in South Africa with the DRC Congolese people who are here, who are Likelembas, and get some South Africans so that we can begin this dialogue, the African Stokvel Likelemba dialogue? You know, do you think that would happen? Because, you know, relationships are about meeting, knowing one another, you know, and trust will be built on the fact that, on the basis of the fact that we know one another. We're not just, you know, robots on technology like this, you know.
That is okay. We can set up a meeting where you can meet the crew that are in South Africa. And we can take it more further. And whenever I'm back in South Africa, I can also meet you, and we can take it more further. Because as I told you, once we finalize the central bank, the group saving or the fundraising group branches of Likelemba will definitely launch it, because that is another aspect whereby people really want help in that matter.
Okay. Just on that one, then I'd like to take you on. Let's make a deal. That's should be one of the outcomes of this conversation, that we are going to have a South African get-together. We will host it, preferably in Soweto. as you know, that you
Mm-hmm.
can't talk about South Africa and exclude Soweto, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's where I would like us to meet. And it doesn't have to be a lot of people, you know, it's about quality, not quantity. Even if it
Yeah.
can be
Yeah.
just 20 of us, you know, just to get the
Mm-hmm.
ball rolling, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
learn from each other as the
Mm-hmm.
Stokvel Likelemba community, so that we can be able to build, hopefully build this Africa economic empowerment vehicle. As I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
Tanzania and Kenya, they're already doing it. And my dream and vision one day is also to engage with them as well, you know, and see that how far can we go just from an African continent perspective, and also for the younger generation, which is another important thing. Because the problem in South Africa, when you talk Stokvels in general, most people think about gogos like mamBusi, you know. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm happy that I'm having this conversation with you, and I would really like us to see bringing in the younger generation that are
Mm-hmm.
much, energetic, and it's easier for them to embrace technology. Just one other question to you, Loahan. What is your personal dream and vision about South Africa DRC Stokvels collaboration? Just
Okay.
your personal dream and vision.
My personal dream is to be able to see through Likelemba, someone in South Africa, let's say in Soweto, saying, okay, I see that in Congo you have a group saving or Likelemba going on, whereby people goal is to build, let's say, a clinic. And the person saying that, no, I can be part of that and join that. So his investment while in South Africa, investing in a clinic in Congo and getting also a return out of that investment while being in South Africa. So
Wow.
money of a fellow South African can be invested in Congo
Mhm.
and do some work and get also a return. Also, the same way goes also for a Congolese. See, okay, there's a nice project building, I don't know, a school in a certain community in Katlekong or somewhere in South Africa, and they present the project well, and that community needs fundraising, whereby I can partner and be a member of the board, and yeah, let me put my money in, and the person put his money in, stay in Congo, staying whatever, but getting the benefit of that investment in return for a lifetime or 20 years, to depend on the kind of project. So that is the kind of dream that I have personally.
Wow.
And yeah.
Wow, no, that's great. I think you've just, I mean, hit the nail on the head. I mean, you couldn't think. I mean, that's, as we say, Africa as a continent. We are one, but not one. We are so fragmented, you know, in
Mm,
many
mm,
other
mm,
different ways. So I really love that cross-border investment, especially as Likelemba's as Stokvels, you know.
mm,
And I
mm,
can tell you,
mm,
based on what I know, the journey that I've traveled, I am not aware of that kind of a collaboration between, you know, South African Stokvels and in other regions, even as close as Swaziland, Lesotho, and
mm,
Botswana. So I'm quite excited about that, and I'm gonna take you on. Let it not be
mm.
just a pipe dream.
Now
Let's work hard, the two of us. Let's make it happen.
I'm already on the run, so I'm working hard for it, and I'm sure we can have a good partnership and start somewhere.
No, lovely. No, thank you very
Okay.
much. And as you know, our philosophy or our slogan here, it is about wisdom and wealth. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so we are about wealth creation, and learning and learning all the time. The Stokvel Academy is one platform, one channel that I'm looking forward to us working together on it as well. You know, educating people online in particular, through the Stokvel Academy platform, be it on your
Mhm.
app, be it on our other channels, so that we can be able to spread this economic empowerment of Africans and creating the middle class, not only in DRC, but in South Africa as well. But we shouldn't end up with middle class. We want to create billionaires out of these discussions.
Definitely, that will come. That I'm sure it's a long way, but possible. We'll make it. But also, one thing is
Thank you
to
very
tell.
much.
You should know that it's easy to be a millionaire in Congo if you have the proper tools and the proper support. Because Congo is one of the countries whereby we are extremely rich, but we lacking a lot of knowledge. There's no a lot of knowledge, especially financial knowledge. You find out of 10 people, maybe just 2 people have financial knowledge, or one person has that financial knowledge, and the rest just, moving just like that. So I'm sure with your experience and your knowledge and your strength, your will to do something great, we can come up with something extremely big.
Definitely, indeed, knowledge is power, as they say it, definitely. I think we need to drive that as well. And thanks to technology, here we are talking now, you are miles and miles away. Let's try and use platforms like these as well to spread knowledge as much as we can. So you and I, we need to have a structured program of engagement beyond this conversation so that we can start planting a seed.
Okay, thank you. I think next time I'm gonna see, maybe we can have a small conference whereby you can speak more on Stokvel, bring knowledge and some basic financial literacy that you can give to people. Definitely, it should be you'll be speaking in English and I'll be translating for the audience. Of there will be more Congolese based in Congo. For the audience, and we can have a small, like 45 minutes or an hour kind of session.
Okay, no, that's great. I'm looking forward to that. And then we can also make it an event and have fun and have some music in the background.
No problem.
A virtual event.
No problem.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Looking forward to touching base. When are you back in South Africa?
I think July. In July.
In July. Okay.
Yeah.
No, great. Okay. No. Stay well and keep safe. Looking forward to meeting you again.
Okay. Thank you, and my regards to the whole team there, helping you, supporting you.
Okay. Thank you. I need that. Thank you very much. Keep well. Thanks.
Okay. Bye. Okay. Bye.
Introducing Likelemba Plus, the fintech app that allows you to create and manage a Stokvel, save as a group using a digital wallet, and start a crowdfunding campaign for your business or project. Register and get started today by downloading our app available on Android or App Store.